Most online poker players rely on heads-up displays or HUDs to track their opponent's stats, find their own leaks, and make better decisions. But what if I told you that playing on sites without a HUD often makes it easier to win? The truth is, when you remove HUDs from the equation, the average player gets way worse at making decisions. And the average multi-tabling reg gets much worse. My name's Andreas Wagner, I'm a poker coach, and in this video you will learn the top 3 reasons why poker sites without a HUD are easier to crush. Let's say you've been multi-tabling online and you open pocket queens from the cutoff. The big blind calls. Flop comes Jack 7-3 rainbow. You bet and they call. Turn is a 5. You bet again and they now snap jam for 5 times the pot. If you had a HUD, you could check their aggression frequency, their turn check raise percentage, and then make an informed decision. But on a site without a HUD, well, most players just guess. The reality is, without stats to rely on, people make bad reads all the time, even good players. They convince themselves you're bluffing, or they think they just know when you're weak. This leads to wild, exploitable play, and if you stay disciplined, you profit. Because reason number 1 why poker sites without a HUD are easier to crush is that people there play more on feel, not data. But there's another reason, which is even more important. Here's a quick story. I had a friend who loved playing on PokerStars with a HUD. He'd check his VPIP, PFR and 3-bet stats constantly, making sure he wasn't too loose or too tight. But when he switched to GG Poker, his win rate plummeted. Why? Because without constant feedback, most players don't realize when they're making massive mistakes. They overcall in bad spots. They don't notice that their c-bet frequency is out of whack. And they keep playing the same way no matter what. If you track your own play manually through notes or a tracking app, you gain a massive advantage over players who just mindlessly fire bets. That's why reason number 2 is, people don't know their own leaks. And then there is more of a meta reason, so to speak. You see, most players who rely on HUDs are just following numbers. If a stat says this guy folds to 3-bets 85% of the time, they 3-bet him with any 2 cards. They aren't actually thinking about ranges, board textures or game flow. But if you play without a HUD, you have to pay attention. You learn to read betting patterns, spot timing tells, and make real in-the-moment adjustments. And those skills, they translate everywhere. To live poker, tough online games, and even HUD sites if you decide to go back. Because if you get used to playing on HUD-free sites, you learn real poker skills. Which is reason number 3 why poker sites without a HUD are easier to crush. So if you want an easier way to win online, try a poker site that doesn't allow Poker Tracker 4 or Hold'em Manager. Most of your opponents will be lost without their tracking software, and if you know what to look for, you can crush them. And if you want a short list of the best HUD-free alternatives to PokerStars, check out this video next.